What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, guys. We have a year 2000 Dale Jarrett Air Force Ford Taurus. So today we're going to have kind of an interesting thing. We're going to be opening up this car, but I have no idea if the interior is ruined on this car. The packaging is roached, right? But I'm not sure if the car is in good condition. I've tried every angle of light trying to see as if the interior is yellowed, but I don't know. So we're going to figure out together in a moment. Let's hop to it. All right, folks, rotating base out of the studio, and here we go. So as I mentioned, the entire clamshell is completely yellowed, or is it clamshell, but the bubble, shell. I cannot tell if the interior is yellowed or not, because I've seen this before on diecast where, like, oh, that for sure the plastic's yellowed. Then you open it up and you're like, wow, it looks brand new. So apparently a lot of this batch did not age well. I don't know if they tried experimental plastic or however this batch was made, but I've seen a ton of these Air Force 88 Winter Circle cars from year 2000 yellowed, so that's unfortunate. This is the Deluxe Driver Sticker Series. You can see a little bit of a retail tag possibly that was there that peeled off. One thing that was interesting about the Winter Circle diecast is they have a sticker here that they would put on it. So it would be a generic backing, right? And then they would just put whatever sticker for the driver, by Labonte, Jeff Gordon, X, Y, and Z. I like the little gold siding to it. Got your giant driver sticker there. I mean, that's a pretty large one when you compare it to the size of the 1/64 scale diecast. Check this out. Wow, is this nostalgia? It looks like that's like OG Duralast Cup Series racing. I'm kidding. The racetrack I actually used for the NDCS was called XV Racers. It was a Hot Wheels set. It came out in the late 90s, right back when Kyle Petty was sponsored by Hot Wheels when he drove the Pontiac Grand Prix for his dad's team. So anyways, you got Micro Machines. You got the NASCAR Raceway playset. That is so freaking cool, man. I love how they did this. They would advertise NASCAR-themed stuff on their Winter Circle diecast. Like, could you imagine being a kid? You just went to the store, you ride in the backseat of your parents' car, and you just look at the diecast, and you get to see advertising for other NASCAR products. Great, great marketing. This is from year 2000. You got all kinds of old school logos. You got .coms. I mean, that .coms for the early 2000s was basically nowadays for like QR codes, hashtags. That's basically what it is, right? That's how it was for kids in the 2000s. It was .coms. So now we're going to figure out if this thing is actually roached and I'm wasting my time doing this review. Well, we're about to figure out. All right, so I'm going to actually do this one live because why not? We're going to go ahead and carefully do it. You can already see how like the glue right here is like it's dried out because it's not really tearing a ton right there. So it's still tearing a little bit, but you can kind of sense the glue is not as potent. So what I try to do when I open these up, fellas, is I try to open them up slowly, which is why I traditionally cut them out. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to destroy the packaging here. But yeah, you can definitely see the glue for this, the adhesive is not that good. Because usually this would rip it a lot more. And moment of truth. I'm going to say it's good. I don't know. Let's see. That's my prediction. If I can get it out of the packaging without destroying it. I'm telling you, man, this is why I cut it out each time, because it takes a bit. And let's see if I could get the diecast. Wow! Check this out. You saw how roached that package was. Look how clean this diecast looks. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, look at the bubble dome this thing has been sitting in for 2.5 decades. And look at this car. Look at the plastic on it, guys. I was thinking of not even doing this diecast review because I was like, oh, the diecast is roached. It's ready for the trash can because you can't fix the plastic windows once they get to a certain point. They're pretty much crap. This thing looks unbelievable. I'm going to try to get the little sticker piece out now. I'll be right back. Wow, I am shocked. Guys, you won't believe it. Bam! Look how clean this is. Look how potent the colors are. Literally no yellowing, just about. Not even on the backing paper. Look how yellow this plastic is. This plastic looks like it's septic water. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me, how a piece of plastic like this can look like septic water. And this is just paper. I mean, this is literally just paper. This stuff absorbs so much of the oxygen and the humidity, and it's literally not even yellowed. And I'm probably the only dork that actually cares about this stuff, but that's besides the point. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into today's diecast review. I was legit not going to do a diecast review on this piece. I was like, you know what? It's roached. I was going to film this thing a couple weeks ago, and then I decided against it because I felt like opening up would just be a waste if the car is already ruined, right? Well, guess what? Shows what I know. Stay humble, always. So, I believe this paint scheme actually raced at the year 2000 Coke 600. I could be tripping on there. And if memory serves me correct, they did this in the early 90s where they had a whole bunch of military branch sponsored vehicles. So like Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, X, Y, and Z. And I think they did this again for year 2000. I could be tripping on it. Let's go ahead and dive into this paint scheme. The blue on this car is absolutely staggering. I mean, the clear coat, it needs a little bit of shining to it. I don't know if all of them are like this, but like if you put some like, I don't know, maybe some wax, you know, car wax or something to really bring it out, this metallic blue is going to pop. I've noticed this on a couple year 2000s diecast. The finish can look a little bit dull, even on the plastic. I mean, it's really shiny, but I know if you put like, so you put some shine on this thing, it's going to pop. So you got quality care service right there. You got U.S. Air Force, or just Air Force, but you know. You got Ford Taurus, got number 88. This is one of the very few alternate paint schemes that Dale Jarrett would run in the late 90s and the early 2000s. He was definitely a one paint scheme type of cat. Not a driver that would run random paint schemes every week. I mean, if you look at like 98 to year 2005, he might not have more than 8 alternate paint schemes. That's how crazy it was. Got Moog, Clevite, Simpson, Edelbrock, Plastic Lock, Union 76. Got Robert Yates Racing. Rip that team. Always liked the Yates cars. And if you're wondering, yes, this is an overproduced car. There is plenty of these the year 2000 Dale Jarrett patriotic cars out and about. And you know how we do like the salutes tires and stuff like that. This one might be the most patriotic because it has the red interior. Imagine that. So another thing that I'm noticing, and I can't tell if it's a decal or not, but notice the dark blue. Oh my goodness, that beautiful shade of light blue here. It's like a nationwide Alex Bowman late 2010s blue, and then it kind of gets deeper in the water, and it's just like this dark blue here. I can't tell if that's a decal wrap or is that airbrushing, but either way, remarkable job, Action, Winter Circle, and Hasbro. Hasbro might have the official name on the packaging, but it's an Action diecast mode. So that's why I just put Action, Winter Circle, because it's pretty much the same thing. So anyways, you got Dale Jarrett signature there. You got, I don't know what the decal that is. That looks a lot like a Race to Win sticker we have nowadays. What the Biff decal is that right there? Does that not look like a Race to Win sticker? That's crazy. 20, it'd be about 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. Got quality care service, Ford Credit. Got the pilot dude there, Motorcraft. You got Texaco, U.S. Air Force, number 88. Love that. Got Robert Yates fonts were just really cool, man. Yeah, what's his face? Ricky Rudd. Then he had Elliott Sadler. It was awesome. Year 2000 NASCAR logo, Goodyear JE3M, Hasbro, EA Sports, Mac Tools, Nomex, Mechanics Wear, Spicer, Gatorade, Autometer, Comp, Holly, True Value, DuPont, Bootleg Cup Series, and Bud Pole Award. Got Goodyear there. One thing that was always interesting to me is how the Goodyear logo on some cars in the 2000s would be flat like this. And then some logos would have like the arch that we have nowadays on all of the Cup cars. I have no earthly idea why, but it was an option, I'm guessing. But you can really see on the back panel of the car, like the bumper line looks really dark, but then you look at the spoiler and then the blue gets lighter. This is like an underwater blue, and it is remarkable on this diecast, brother. I tell you what, if you were to take this car, shine it up, and put it in sunlight, oh, wow, it would pop. QualityCareService.com, got the blue 88 there and the Robert Yates Racing logo on the left with the Ford decal. Go to the right side of the diecast, and again, just another remarkable look at that metallic blue. Fabulous, fabulous looking car here. There is some sort of a jack post arrow there. I don't know what the heck logo it is. I can't really tell, but it's there. Beautiful looking diecast. Go to the top of the paint scheme, got the number 88. Notice the outlining is different, so the roof number is, you know, a modified variant, if you will. The whole interior is painted red, and you might be thinking, okay, that's kind of goofy. That's kind of Hot Wheels, you know. The reality is they did this all the time. You know, this isn't some of those wacky Hot Wheels cars. I love Hot Wheels, so I'm not saying this in a bad way. But like, you know, like they have the Hot Wheels cars, they're like jumping through fish tanks and there's like dinosaurs. No, it's not that. A lot of the Cup cars back in those years, prior to, you know, year 2000, 2002, they would paint their interiors. Dale Earnhardt would do it, Darrell Waltrip. They would all paint them different colors. And usually it was a way to get away with modifications to the car, because the way they would inspect things, you could use different colors to hide welding spots, make things maybe look a little thicker. Shadows could hide it. Heck, you could probably make a paint that's heavier, right? If you were to spray paint your interior with a paint that's custom mixed with, I don't know, some metal or something in it that makes it heavier, you could spray that some portions of the car to help the gravitational pull around the corners, thus making your car faster. I know, I'm a dork. Got Air Force right there on the deck lid as well. What a fabulous looking diecast. Here's a look at that undercarriage. Just wow. Ford Taurus, year 2000. Amazing stuff. They made a lot of these. So if you're thinking, you know, you're watching this video and you're like, dang, that's a really cool diecast. And like I said, a lot of them that I've seen have this yellowed effect. So I think this is just a plastic batch issue. I think either something happened during the shipping of this particular batch that caused the expedited yellowing, or the plastic it was made on was just dookie, right? And my point is, if you see one that's yellowed and roached, it's overproduced. Go ahead and open it up. Why not? So here's the little collectible sticker that comes with it. I am shocked. It doesn't look like it in studio. Let me tell you, I'm looking at my studio lights. This thing looks amazing. Literally one of the cleanest, like, stickers or die casts I have ever seen in a yellowed packaging. I've seen so many yellowed and weathered packagings in my 25 something years of collecting die casts. I cannot believe it. That was crazy. I'm glad we filmed that live, because I had no earthly idea. It's got Air Force 88, got the Dale Jarrett signature. I like how they did that at the bottom of the 88. That's just so iconic. You got the jet there. You got the pilot, U.S. Air Force, Robert Yates Racing, Ford Quality Care Service, Ford Credit Racing. And the back panel of it says intended for glass surfaces only. Really, really cool stuff. Love these Dale Jarrett paint schemes. You know, we've done a good amount of them on the channel. Same with like Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick. I love doing these old school diecast reviews, and apparently y'all do too, because I see the viewerships. Y'all will watch these a lot more than I expect, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool, right? Because to me, I'm just a dork, and I think it's nostalgic. And then apparently other people do too. I don't know. Thank y'all for watching the video. For all your new diecast purchases, make sure to tap in over there at Circle B Diecast. You could use that promo code to help support the channel and save some money. And oh, check this out. I was looking over there at Circle B the other day. They actually have some old school diecasts on their Circle B website. Go to like the 124s or 164s, type in like 1999, 2002. You'll see some old school diecasts on there. So even though you might think they only carry the new stuff, just type in the year and you'll see some Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, Dale Sr., Jeff Gordon. You'll see some stuff on there. Pretty cool. They don't really update what they have when it comes to the new or the old new inventory, so you kind of have to check manually. But another thing you can also look regularly is on their website. They have a drop down menu, right? And it says new arrivals. So if they list anything on their website, I think it pops up there. I looked at it and it had a bunch of the old school diecasts, like 97 Dale Jr., 98 Dale Jr. Busch cars. Really cool stuff. So if you're looking for some old school diecasts, tap in over there. Pick up some today from our good friends at Circle B. That's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet signing off.